Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to Reading Percy Jackson's My Christian Mother. I'm your host, Mila Martinez.
And I am the Christian mom. My name is Misty, and I am thebomb.com.
My co-host. And this week, we read chapters 15 and 16.
I loved these chapters, by the way.
I did too. I liked chapter 16, mainly because I actually read it.
I like chapter 15 and 16, actually.
Chapter 15 was definitely not We Get Advice from a Poodle. It was
a Greek god buys us hamburgers.
A god buys us hamburgers. I really wish that god was Thor, though.
Same.
Even though I knew even though I knew this wasn't gonna happen, I could have pictured Thor buying cheeseburgers with like three 12-year-olds.
I could picture Thor buying me a cheeseburger, just he and I.
Anyway, So basically we start off and the train arrives in Denver. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover get off of that train.
Yep.
And then they realize that they're out of money.
And they stink.
They stink, and they're out of not figuratively, literally.
Like they haven't taken a bath since they left.
Yeah, they haven't taken a bath since they left camp.
Like they don't have any money.
They have no money. They have no transportation now. They have no food. And now they stink. They smell. They're smelly children.
And they're starving.
Oh, yeah, and they're starving. They have no food.
But they're broke.
Yes. They're broke.
Yes.
So, they go to a car wash, and they're going to IM Chiron. And IM is not instant messaging, it is Iris messaging, because Iris is the god of rainbows, and
she carries messages for the gods.
Yes, she's the female messenger of the gods. Well, she, carries the messages, and, while she carries the messages, I guess Hermes does, all the other stuff. Does everything else.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so they get to this car wash.
They scrunch up their last amounts of change.
So, what is it? Percy's got 2 cents and a corn chip.
Yeah, basically.
Percy has 2 cents and a corn chip and a drachma, and Grover has 25 cents.
Yeah.
So they scrounge up their money and they put
it's 75 cents. I think Grover
cents.
had 50 and Percy had 25 in his pocket.
And now he has 2 cents and a corn chip.
Basically.
Yeah. That corn chip was from Medusa's place. Annabeth had no money. They didn't ask her for money.
She broke.
She broke.
Thank goodness she has brains, though.
She has
Otherwise,
brains.
she would be, worthless.
Anyway, they IM Chiron, so they're just they turn on the mist, and it makes a rainbow, and Percy hands Annabeth his drachma, and they throw it into the mist, creating an Iris message, and they ask for Chiron at Camphalfblood. But guess who answers?
La 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 la, Luke.
New Rainbow who does. Anyway, so he's off in a daze, but it was basically a butt dial, I guess.
Luke's hey, bruh, is the gift I gave you working out for you, bruh? I feel like he's like a California dude.
By the way, does everyone like my shirt? Just got it.
Loki. Does everyone like your shirt? I bought it.
Nice shirt. Just got it. She bought it.
We a good team. That's how we roll.
Yeah. Anyway, so he picks up on the Iris message. Not sure how that works. I wonder if it rings and you're just I want to answer it, or can you decline it, or does it just show up and you have no choice but to talk to the person?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Is there buttons where you just answer, decline, voice message? Can you send a voice message on an Iris message, or is it a video message?
That's a good question.
If the person doesn't pick up, do you
does Iris take a message?
And leave a message after the beep.
Leave a message after the rainbow.
Anyway, So Luke picks up. He's staring at the cabins. He's just he's basically in a trance right now. That's what it seems like. And then he talks to Percy, Annabeth, and Grover for 5 seconds, and then this Lincoln pulls up, and the thing next to them, the place next to them, and it's blasting hip hop.
Yes, that's my kind of Lincoln.
Yeah. it's blasting so loud that like they have to yell over it.
I like big pugs and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a pug walks in with a little bitty waist and a flat face, you get
ooh.
Happy to see it.
Happy to see it.
Anyways.
Aww. So Grover and Annabeth are gonna go deal with the guy driving the Lincoln, and then Percy and Luke are gonna have a chit chat.
And Luke's like, is the gift that I gave you working out for you? Really?
Percy's like, yeah.
He doesn't want to like hurt his feelings. Oh, and by the way, whenever Annabeth saw Luke, she's like, I wonder if he can smell how stinky I am right now. Because I haven't bathed in forever.
Okay, so they have a talk, and they're just like, okay, how's your quest working out for you? Good. How's the shoes working out for you? Good. That's basically Percy's entire answer. Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I love how Luke is like, oh, and tell Grover he'll do better this time. Like, everybody knows Grover sucks, by the way.
Everyone. Like.
But Grover.
I mean, Grover kind of knows he sucks. So.
I mean, he's not the greatest protector.
And while we're on the topic of like, this conversation, the reason that Chiron didn't pick up was because Chiron was dealing with something with, like, it was a civil war between the cabins.
Yes.
So basically, the two gods are like, so basically Zeus and Poseidon are like, have been split up and are going against each other. So it was Ares, Apollo, and it was Ares, I need to check again. It was Ares, Apollo, and I think Aphrodite that was on Poseidon's side.
So, and while they're having this conversation, Percy and Luke also discuss the possibility of Hades stealing the lightning bolt.
Because Hades can be invisible.
Yeah. But then Luke is like, oh.
I didn't mean Annabeth. Because Annabeth can also be invisible.
Yeah, he's like, but I've known her for a really long time.
She's like a little sister to me.
Yeah, she would never do that. Really, bro? Why would you bring it up then?
Yeah. Someone's trying to get framed. Are you
why?
trying to frame someone?
Oh, for sure.
Someone's trying to be framed. But why would he frame Annabeth whenever in the book he's basically just trying to tell us that he didn't do it?
I don't know.
Anyway, so basically it was a fight between two cabins. So basically we're seeing the like essence of a civil war.
Which is what they did not want.
So yeah, instead of Captain America versus Iron Man, it's Zeus versus Poseidon.
Yep.
I almost said Hades for a second, but no. So basically,
they go into a diner because they're starving.
So basically the mist runs out and Percy hangs up, I guess.
He's shattered because he's like, oh, what? Like, is Annabeth on my side or not?
Because remember, and the prophecy said, you will be betrayed by one who calls you a friend.
Mm-hmm.
A friend. And basically Percy only has 2 friends.
And they're both with him.
3 if you kind of count Luke, I guess.
Well, I would definitely say that it's going to be Grover who betrays him because Grover's going to get him killed because he's horrible. He's not
that doesn't mean he's going to betray him. Like, betrayal would mean being stabbed in the back. Grover is just,
if he keeps hanging with Grover, he's definitely going to get stabbed in the back. I'm just saying.
It's going to be an accident. It's going to be like a kitchen knife.
Oh, in the back. Well, it ain't going to be Grover stabbing him in the back, but it's going to be
else.
Somebody else who Grover didn't protect him from.
Yeah.
Poor Grover.
Yeah, poor Grover.
He's just bad at his job. That's so bad for him.
I mean, like, he's a good friend. He's a good supporter, but he's not a good protector.
Do I want a supporter or do I want somebody who ain't going to get me killed?
I want someone who's not going to get me killed.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. So anyway, they're sitting at this diner, and the waitress is like, I'm simulating gum chewing. She's like, do you got any money?
Yeah.
Do you got any money?
She's like a smoker. She's been smoking for her entire life. She's like, you got any money? Because if
Bella
you don't, I don't want to help you.
Wait, by the way, Bella can do a really good, like, smoker lady voice. And, like, she can do it real good. It's funny.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Anyway, so So she's just like, you got any money to pay for it? And then this biker guy shows up.
And I picture like a really good-looking Antonio Banderas for those of you who are older. Maybe just me. But buff, wearing leather pants.
Gordon Ramsay. He gets
No,
angry.
you just ruined that for me. Absolutely.
Gordon Ramsay.
Definitely the opposite of him.
Do you want to describe what this biker looks like? Or
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling them.
Okay. But like,
Dark
those
hair.
of you who don't know what he looks like, do you want to like describe?
Yes. So he's like Thor, but with dark hair.
So long dark hair.
Washboard abs.
Oh God.
Pythons for arms that you just want to hug.
What the?
A chiseled chin.
So not my father.
Gorgeous lips. This manly forehead.
What the? What is a manly forehead?
I don't know. I just see it like sculpted out perfectly. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna read the actual description of the biker dude. If I can find it.
Good looking.
So, the guy on the bike would have made pro wrestlers run for mama. He was dressed in a red muscle shirt, black jeans, and a black leather duster, with a hunting knife strapped to his thigh. He wore red wraparound shades, and he had the cruelest, most brutal face I'd ever seen. Handsome, I guess, but wicked, with an oily black crew cut and cheeks that were scarred from many, many fights.
Scarred and sculpted.
The weird thing was, I felt like I'd seen his face somewhere.
Maybe like everybody at camp, like all of your cousins.
Which cousins?
Like all of them, because they're all related.
Okay. I'm pretty sure not everyone looks the same, because, like, they're all different.
They're related.
Yes. They're all different but related. They're not related, but they are related. If that makes any sense. So basically, he walks into the diner, and everyone is in a trance. And then he goes and sits down with Percy and Annabeth and Grover, squishing Annabeth against a wall.
And he's like, yo, little seaweed brain junior.
Junior?
I've got a mission for you.
And Percy just like, this guy made me so angry I wanted to punch him.
Okay, I'm like, bruh, you're 12, and you're probably
You're 12?
like up to here to this dude that just walked in. Like, I'm gonna need you to watch your mouth.
And then Percy figures out who this guy is. It's Clarice's dad, Ares.
And then he's like, why do you need me to do your work? Like, why can't you just do it yourself?
And this whole time, like, during this whole conversation, Annabeth and Grover are just, like, silent.
They're like,
Percy,
zip it.
Percy.
And Percy won't shut up.
He just, like, he keeps talking smack to the god of war.
He has, like, diarrhea of the mouth. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Mouth
All
vomit.
come
Word
out.
vomit.
Yeah.
Word vomit.
So
anyway, the thing that Ares wants them to do is get a shield for him that he left at an abandoned water park when he had to run away from it when he was on a date with his girlfriend.
Aww. Who is married?
Who is married? Yeah. Yeah, she's married and she's got a boyfriend. Not gonna blow over well. So Percy's just like, I guess I'll do it because I don't want to be turned into a rodent.
I don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice. And Ares leaves, and before getting their food, and Percy's just like, I don't want to eat anymore.
Yeah, like they lose their appetite. I would have ate everything.
Same.
I'd have been like, can I get it to go too?
Can
If
I
he's
get
paying,
it to go?
Can I get like some to go food?
Like if Ares is paying, can I get it to go or?
Like, and nobody's gonna say anything because he's paying with gold and not like
He's paying with
money?
he's paying with a couple of drachmas. No, he threatened the lady with a knife.
That's awesome. And we're not gonna call the police.
Definitely not. And Ares goes. He like compares the United States to Sparta, which I'm not sure how to feel about that. Anyway, now that we're on the topic of gods, what do you think he sounds like? Since this is basically what we do now. What do you think Ares sounds like?
He sounds like, what's his name from the movie 300? It's about the guys who fight in the ring. Back in the day, they were Spartans versus.
Trojans or no?
But they were gladiators.
Oh, gladiators.
Gladiator. He sounds like him.
Gladiator.
He's got that raspy, good-looking sounding voice. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, you can see how good-looking he is by his voice.
Okay. So basically, then they go to this water park, and it's called Waterland. And then they raid the gift shop.
Yes.
They raid the gift shop.
Because
they need clothes. They need clothes, and they're all decked out in like Waterland shorts and T-shirts and flip-flops and backpacks and just stuff like that. And then they go to the Tunnel of Love, where Percy goes. Okay, so
did we mention that Ares is dating Aphrodite?
I was about to say that. And Percy goes, well, who's this girlfriend that like Ares is dating? Because I don't want to meet her. Seeing Ares, I don't want to meet this girlfriend. And Percy and Annabeth just goes, Percy, you don't talk about the gods like that. He's dating Aphrodite. And Grover's just like, he's fanboying over Aphrodite.
He's like,
she's the pretty, she's the goddess of beauty. And she's so pretty.
And she's married to Hephaestus.
Or as my friend likes to call him, Hepatitis. Or in the Disney Hercules movie, they called him Hephaestus.
Wow.
Yep.
Who is not good looking from what I understand.
Yeah, it didn't just nothing I've ever read described him as not good looking. He just has a shriveled foot.
Oh.
So he could be good looking.
Yeah. If you like the shriveled foot type of.
You just have to see him from the waist down. I mean, waist up.
I was about to say, you don't know.
The waist up. If you're on a Zoom call with him, probably. Right? Just waist up.
Or even here up.
Or even here
we'll
up.
Just get a face shot.
Face shot.
Right here, cut it off.
Right here, cut the rest off. Anyway,
so Hephaestus knows that Aphrodite's having an affair.
He's the god of crafting, blacksmith, metalwork, stuff like that. So like he's an inventor type.
He's handy.
He's the handy. He's a handy manny. If you does anyone remember that show Handy Manny from Disney Junior about that?
Yes, I do.
The Spanish speaking handyman.
I do.
And his talking tools. That was fun.
Why is a handyman got to be Mexican?
I have no idea.
Wow, Disney.
Wow, Disney Junior.
I just put 2 and 2 together. Wow.
Anyway,
anyhow,
they go into the tunnel. So like, Grover makes his shoes fly, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or
is that before or after?
No, this was to get into the water park.
Oh, to get into the water park. Yeah.
That's like the one good thing he does.
It's like.
It's not even his shoes.
They're not even his shoes. They're Luke's shoes.
Well, they're
Percy. Okay, Luke gave the shoes to Percy, and Grover took the shoes. So. Who should we be giving credit to about this?
Not Grover.
Not Grover. Probably not Grover. And then, so...
The other two have to climb over.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Hephaestus has caught Aphrodite and... Ares before, and he caught them in a gold net.
They were sleeping together.
Anyways, and he caught them in a gold net, and then... televised it.
Told all the gods to like come and make fun of them, which it didn't actually turn out that way because like Apollo and Hermes, the two jokesters of the group, they're like the class clowns of the Olympians, I'm guessing. And then because they were just like, oh, I'd want to be in Ares' place. That was in the mythologies. They're just like, I don't want to be in Ares' place because Aphrodite is so dang hot.
Losers.
I know. Men, am I right? Yes. Am I right, ladies? So they go into the Tunnel of Love, and Annabeth is just like, this is disgusting. I don't want to be in here. She has to be in there with Percy, because Grover's staying outside to watch. Again, Grover, why did you leave your two friends by themselves?
Grover is not the best.
He's not the best, but he's not really the worst.
You don't have anybody else to compare him to, so I'm going to go with he is in this case.
Yeah. Anyway, they go into the Tunnel of Love, and they, like, everything starts out smooth, and they, like, grab Ares' shield,
And Percy, like, once he finds
and then Aphrodite
the
left a scarf there.
and Percy's like starting to fall in love with her. He's like, what is this dreamy smell? And he's like,
Annabeth just like backhands him, and she's just like, shut up.
Yeah, takes it away from him. She's like, don't go there.
Don't even try it.
Mm-hmm. Then they realize that it is a trap.
Because before Annabeth had like saw an Ada, it was Ada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ada on one of the Cupid statues, and Ada is H in the Greek alphabet.
And then she saw another one.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, the Cupid statue started following them, and they turned into cameras.
But then they faced each other, and that's when, I guess that's when the camera started rolling.
Mm-hmm. They go going live in 1 minute, and then all of these. So then they realize that this is like a trap to get Ares and Aphrodite together on camera, televised.
Yeah. So the camera emerges, and spotlights shine down on Percy and Annabeth. A loudspeaker voice announces the beginning of a countdown until a fool before the gods, until thousands of metal spiders emerge. Oh,
yeah.
And that's when we find out what's her name hates spiders.
Annabeth?
Yeah, that girl.
Annabeth is scared of spiders, like scared to death
Hates
of spiders.
them.
She's as scared to death of spiders as I am to needles.
Ooh.
And I'm pretty scared of needles.
Too bad.
We're not going to talk about what happened yesterday. I got my second COVID shot yesterday, and we're not going to talk about what happened. Because I don't want to talk about it. Anyway.
Annabeth is paralyzed with terror. Percy moves her back to the boat and uses his connection with water to move the boat.
To the dry land.
Yes. Before the boat crashes, Percy and Annabeth are like arguing, okay, we're going to jump on my command. And then Annabeth's like, no.
We're going to jump on my command. And Percy goes, okay, your command.
And she's like, because velocity and
physics.
Yeah, whatever.
Because physics.
And Percy's like,
okay,
good
on your command. Okay, we get it.
The boat crashes. Before the boat crashes, the two of them jump out. Grover grabs them by flying with his shoes. That's like the one good thing he does.
Has Grover okay, I'm sorry about this, but I know there was no reason to, but has Grover taken off the shoes since they left?
Probably not.
Okay.
And he carries them to safety before dropping them along the way.
Woman, I'm concerned for these shoes because I'm concerned for these shoes. I don't know anything about them, but I'm pretty sure they haven't been washed. So,
I can't
they've
believe
been worn by a couple of people.
He still dropped them.
Because Grover's not really the strongest person. He's not the strongest. So he still dropped them?
Yeah.
On what? What does he drop them on?
He drops them, and that's all it says.
Oh, he just drops them.
Dropping them along the way. They survive the fall, and Percy vows to confront Ares on this assignment.
Yeah. And then that's the end of the first chapter.
Yeah.
That's the end of chapter 15.
But one of the things that we forgot to mention was Ares said, hey, if you do this for me, I'll tell you something about your mom, and I'll get you a ride to California.
And I'll get you supplies.
Which they had nada.
They had no supplies whatsoever.
0.
They had no money, no food. If we remember they had no money, they had no food, and they had no clean clothes.
They're also 12 years old going on a cross-country trip. Okay.
Like I said, they should have brought an adult along with them. I mean, Grover doesn't count as an adult, okay? I don't care what anyone says. Grover is not an adult. Grover is 6th grader. Grover does not count as an adult. They should have brought at least one of the counselors with them. Probably not Luke, even though I've been saying that for the past few episodes. Probably not Luke. Some other counselor that's responsible. More responsible than Grover.
So now we're back to the diner. This is chapter 16 now.
Chapter 16, we ride a zebra into Vegas. We've actually been to Las Vegas before.
Yes.
It was an experience. That's how I always describe it. It was an experience. I liked it. My brother liked it a lot too. And it was was it our first time going?
It was y'all. No, it wasn't.
It was
your
the first time I remembered
yeah.
going. It was my second time, his first time.
I'd been a few times.
She's been a few times.
With my husband. With her daddy. With my baby daddy.
We ate at New York, and the pizza was delicious.
Yeah, it was.
It was delicious. And, yeah. I took a picture with the Loki poster.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Anyway. So they go back to the diner, and Percy and his friends, Percy and the two others, return the shield to Ares.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his shield and gives Percy a backpack with food and directs them to a truck.
With double stuffed Oreos, $20. Was it $20 each or just $20?
No, like 20.
Just $20? Wow, Aries is cheap.
Yeah, he is.
Aries gives them $20, a pack of double stuffed Oreos, and a pouch of drachmas.
How can I not? I need milk if I'm gonna have double stuffed Oreos.
I think you give them water.
Loser.
Loser.
Anyway, and he's like, this truck's going to take y'all to Los Angeles. And before they leave, Aries tells Percy that his mother is not actually dead.
Yeah. And Percy's like, wait, I saw her die. And he's just like, no. She disappeared in a cloud of gold light, right? That was a metamorphosis. I don't know if you know this, but a metamorphosis is whenever one thing, specifically a bug larva, turns into the adult version of a bug. It is most common with butterflies when you're talking about it turning into a caterpillar, and then a chrysalis, and then a butterfly. I'm not sure what Miss Sally got turned into, but it's probably not good. I don't want her to be turned into a bug.
No. So, anyways, I was going to say it just like she did, but since she said it before I did, we will move on. So before leaving, Aries tells Percy about his mom, and then Percy, Annabeth, and Grover join some caged animals. There's a lion, a zebra.
This got me really angry.
And what else was on there? There was
an
one
antelope.
Yeah.
An albino lion, an antelope with a party balloon attached to it, and a zebra with gum sticking out of its mane. And
all of these animals are starving, and they're not being fed properly. So he's giving the lion vegetables.
The lion has turnips, and the antelope and zebra have like a styrofoam plate of burger.
Yeah, it's really, really sad.
I don't like this.
And the three of them are like, we need to free these animals.
And then the truck starts moving.
And
the truck starts moving, and they use Percy's sword to like switch out the stuff, switch out the food, give the turnips to the zebra and the antelope, and give the meat to the lion. And then the lion's like looking at Percy, just like,
you look so hungry. You look so good. I mean, and Grover falls asleep because he's wonderful. Right.
He's wonderful. So, no, before that, because Grover's not really asleep yet. Before that, Annabeth goes, Percy, whenever you were talking to Luke, did he really say nothing? And Percy's just like, well, he said something about Grover not messing up. No one's gonna get turned into a pine tree. And Grover's just like,
poor Grover.
Poor Grover.
Jeez Louise.
And remember, if we remember correctly, Grover had told Percy this story before they left camp, but he didn't give any specific names except for Thalia.
So we now learned that Grover was the keeper of Thalia, who was Zeus' daughter, and she's dead.
She's a pine tree now, but she's not like dead.
Well, whatever.
Technically.
So the two half-bloods she was protecting at the time were Annabeth and Luke.
Technically, Luke was protecting all of them because
and Luke and Annabeth shares how she tried to reconnect with her family a couple of years ago, only to return to Camp Half-Blood.
Yeah, because her stepmom was rude to her and like keeping her children from her, and her dad was like busy as ever.
Yeah,
like being a jerk. And because Percy asks about like her college ring that's on her necklace, and because it had been a note. It had been a letter that Annabeth's dad had sent to her like 2 years before, and like the ring was his prized possession because he wouldn't have like graduated if it wasn't for Athena.
So Percy dreams about the pit again.
At first he dreams about at first it starts out normal. He's taking a test in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
And then there's a girl next to him who's also in a straitjacket, and we find out that it's Thalia. You want me to read the description of this girl? The description of Thalia, and where is it? So Percy goes, so I looked over the next desk and saw a girl sitting there. sitting there, also wearing a straitjacket. She was my age, with unruly black punk-styled hair, dark eyeliner around her stormy green eyes, and freckles across her nose. Somehow I knew who she was. She was Talia, daughter of Zeus. So now we know what she looks like. She has black hair.
So he hears a mysterious voice, and he sees his
hears
mother
the mysterious.
reaching out to him.
No. We have to go back, because he hears the contra pit again, but he's not alone this time. He's talking to some invisible servant.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this invisible servant and the contra pit, are having a conversation about like how basically how like it's saying Percy's an idiot, and like the rest of them.
He's like, do you think that he is aware of what's going on? And they're like, oh no, I don't think he suspects anything.
Just like the rest of them. And we finally get some what is it? We get
and then
some context to like who this pit is. He's called the Crooked One. That can mean so many things.
And the crooked one realizes that Percy can.
So now we have a name to refer to this pit as,
or hear what they're talking about.
Well, he can't see either of them.
Well, he can hear it. I mean, so he's like, and he's here. So
he's
he
here.
realizes
he's
that
here,
Percy, listening
even as he dreams.
He's like, so they realize how powerful Percy is.
How powerful he is, because it goes, the pit goes, blast his father's blood. He is too. What the heck is that word?
Where you at?
Say
changeable.
Changeable, too unpredictable. The boy brought himself hither. That does not say here. It says hither. That's two H's. So basically, like, the Crooked One, like, makes Percy dream about, him, like, being in this black room with a throne made of bones, and his mom's there. His mom's there, like, his gold mom. She's there, and, like, Percy tries to reach for her when he realizes, like, his hands are withering away and turning into bones. And these skeleton warriors in Greek armor are, like, basically, like, putting, like, royal robes on him, and, that makes him, like, disintegrate faster, and a laurel wreath that like, burns into his scalp. And then the voice goes, hail the conquering hero, like, as, like, he's taunting him. It might not just, this might have been me, like, as I was reading this, but this reminds me of, like, before they crucified Jesus.
Jesus, yes, oh my gosh, I thought the same thing.
This is the first Bible reference we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it reminds me of whenever they were, before they crucified Jesus. Yeah, like that.
Totally.
Right? I wasn't the only person that thought of that,
No,
right?
yeah,
No, you thought of that too? Okay, because I was thinking about I was reading this.
I was like, okay, Percy, you're not Jesus.
Percy, you're not Jesus. Stop.
Yeah.
Percy is fish Jesus.
Yeah.
He's fish Jesus.
But anyway,
let fish Jesus set you free.
after he wakes up.
He wakes up and Grover's shaking him and he's just like, dude, we gotta hide.
The truckers are coming to check on the animals, right? And they're like, we gotta release these animals. Like, this is not
and, like,
okay.
Annabeth turns invisible, and Grover and Percy hide, trying to look like turnips.
And they release the animals as they get to Vegas.
Yep.
And while he and his friends leave the truck, the animals are being released, and Grover's like, don't worry,
I gave them my goat blessing.
Yeah.
So that way they're going to get to the wild. And Percy's just like, why can't you do that for us? And he's like, oh, it only works for animals. And Annabeth goes, okay, so then it would only work for Percy.
Basically. So they enter the Lotus Hotel. They're walking up and down the strip.
They're walking down the strip. They're walking up and down the strip, which, like, I have a clear vision of because, like, I was there.
And they see this guy who's like, come in here.
Come on.
Like, come take a break.
And Percy's just like,
it's cool in here.
Percy's just like, he thinks now that he's, like, seen Medusa and the Chimera and Chedna, And he's just like, okay, anyone could be a monster, but like this guy seems so friendly and nice, and like actually sympathizing with them.
And he gives them like a debit card kind of looking
basically
thing.
a debit card. And
it's like their room key.
Their room key. It works for all. Oh, so basically they enter this hotel, and there's rides, there's games,
They each get their own room.
No, I thought they had the same room.
Oh, they had one big room, but they each have their own bedrooms and showers.
Which, like...
Yeah. So they shower, they eat,
they
relax.
They eat, they relax. Annabeth turns on... I was about to say ID, but she does not turn on ID.
No, that would be me.
That would be her. It's either that or Hallmark. But she turns on the...
Architectural Digest, wasn't it?
What the heck is that? No, it was
Sounded smart.
It was the I was about to say the not investigation discovery. It was like
that's me.
That's her. It was like National Geographic's, I think.
There you go.
I think it was like National Geographic's, and National Geographic's. And Percy gets a new backpack. He throws Aries' backpack in the trash.
Yeah.
Trash now.
And then he goes down and he's playing like some gun.
He's playing a gun game.
Like a shooting game.
Like a first-person shooter. He's playing a first-person shooter, and
Annabeth's like building stuff.
Annabeth's building VR, and Grover's also playing a first-person shooter, but it's reversed. So where the
animals are shooting the humans.
Animals are shooting the humans. Yeah. So
Percy's like, dude, this dude next to me, like, he is like...
His name was like Dylan or something like that?
Yeah, and Percy's like, oh, that's awesome. And he's like, what's
awesome? He said sick.
Oh, yes, whatever.
Because, like, Dylan goes, oh, it's so groovy. This game is groovy. And Percy's like, groovy?
Yeah.
And then Percy, like, just goes, oh, this game is so sick. And Dylan, like, looks at him like he's just, what?
Yeah. And then Percy's like, what year is this?
What year is this? And then he goes, in the game? And then Percy goes, no, in real life. He goes, he had to think, like, Dylan had to think about it for a second. He goes, 1977?
Yeah.
1977.
And Percy's like, whoa.
Whoa. So he goes around to a bunch of other people. The only people that would, like, make eye contact with him, I guess, and talk to him, they say it's, like, 1988, 1998, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like they're the only kids here from the 2000s.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like they're the only kids from the 2000s.
So Percy snaps out of it. He's like, whoa.
Just like, Quest, Underworld, Percy, I'm Percy.
And then Percy snaps Annabeth and Grover out of the trance as well. But not easily.
Not easily, because he has to, like, Annabeth, like, puts up a fight.
Yeah.
Annabeth puts up a fight. She, like, slaps him, and nobody bats an eye at it. And then, like, they have to drag Grover away from the human shooter.
Yeah. So
they were about to leave, and then the bellhop is just like, hey, we're going to bump you up to premium. And Percy's just like, no, I can't.
But he thought about it. He
thought about it for a second, and then he's just like, no, I can't, or else I'm not going to be able to leave.
So finally they get out. And as they get out, he sees a magazine and he looks at the date.
And he's glad that it's the same year. It's the same year. We don't get the specifics, but, like, it's the year.
But they only have one day left.
They have one day left.
So they were literally in that hotel for 3 days? Or how many days
was
it?
It was, I think it was...
5 days?
A minute.
It was a long time.
It was a long time. So,
And while she's looking for that date, remember Percy threw Aries' backpack away? Well, whenever he gets out of the hotel, it's on his back again. Creepy.
Yeah. Oh, they only have one. Yeah, they only have. Okay, they were in the hotel for 5 days. They only thought it was a couple of hours.
5.
And they only have one day to complete their quest now. So, what do you think's happening in the next chapters?
I have no idea. What's the name of the chapters?
The name of the next chapter is chapter 17. We shopped for waterbeds. And
literally shopping for waterbeds. I used to have a waterbed when I was little.
Really? Cool. And the chapter after that is called Annabeth Does Obedience School.
Like a dog.
Maybe she's the one teaching the obedience school.
She needs to teach Grover how to fight.
Wow. Annabeth Fighting School. So, what do you think's going to happen in the next chapter? I mean, they only have one day to get to the underworld.
So they're, like, literally going to go to a mattress place and look for a waterbed?
Yeah, basically.
But why?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe they need to find a waterbed so that
Percy can like bust open the water and like
surf.
ride the wave.
Surf on it.
There's the thing in the Sea of Monsters where like he jumps on the wave and like goes over to the raft.
Yeah.
The Sea of Monsters movie, and I'm talking about the book. That didn't happen, I don't think. I don't remember. And then Annabeth does obedience school.
So she's gonna teach somebody to be obedient.
I don't know.
I thought obedient school was like for dogs, like
Yeah.
my little sister went to.
Yeah.
My little sister's a pug.
Yeah, her name is Lolita, and she did go to obedience school because like she was peeing and pooping everywhere to like get attention.
She even got like a little graduation cap and gown.
Yep. Didn't Louis also go to obedience school? No. She needs to take Louis to obedience school. Annabeth needs to like teach Louis obedience school.
I don't think it'll work.
Probably not. Anyway, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.